Hey guys, I'm back and I'm doing a re-review of the Alan Eaton 45 single-ended monos, which are 3 watts a channel, to the Decware Zen, which is 2.3 watts per channel. And I think it's really important to go back and reflect on the sound of amps, because I can assure you, the more you listen, the more you learn. And I've really had enough time to really sit down with these things and compare them back and forth. And I just gotta say, I am just so gobsmacked at the Alan Eaton amps. There's just, you talk to any aficionados, they'll tell you that, the single-ended tube amps really are the way to go when it comes to the sound. But having the monos, there's just night and day difference between the meat on the bone that you get with the Alan Eatons compared to the Decware. And the Decware is a good amp, don't get me wrong. I got the Radiotron rectifier on here. Beautiful, smooth sounding amp. Very balanced. Both of these amps are balanced, these type. And one of the things I want to stress is that, we were doing some tests on some other amps. And what happens, if you don't get a balanced sound, what we were getting is, on a good balanced system, you'll hear the sound of the highs come out right where they should here. But one of the problems we were having is that some unbalanced amps, it sounds like the tweeters or the highs are coming from behind the speaker, so it's not pinpoint like it is with these. Now these amps are very pinpoint. Everything you hear, the nuances, the instruments of jazz are all right there. They're pinpoint accurate, with these. And I got to tell you, with these efficient speakers, it just amazes me how much they put out. Now, there's a couple of things about the Alan Eatons. There's just more meat on the bone on the Alan Eaton amps. And the bass is just incredible. I cannot stress enough how beautiful the bass is on the Alan Eaton amps. And there's attenuators on the back, which I mentioned in the previous review. And that's for any noises. You just dial it out of there on the back there if you want. On the Zen, you don't have any kind of feature like that. There's no sound that comes out of it. But the one thing, when I use it with the rel sub, which I have to use this wire, otherwise I get hum. So you'll see the two negatives attached there. And that's one of the things in the Decware website that Steve Deckert said, if you have an issue with hum, just connect the negatives, and that eliminates the hum altogether. So if you have a Zen and you have a sub, like I have the Rel T5i, and you have hum, just connect a wire to the negatives, left and right channel, and it'll get rid of it. Night and day difference. But the bass is just so impactful and so musical and three-dimensional in the Alan Eaton monos. And I'm using the Tungsol 6SN7s from Kevin's Stash. Those tubes are nice. I have a set of RCAs as well here that I got from Alan. And those have a little bit smoother top end. So if you even want a warmer sound signature, you'll get that with the Alan Eaton amps. It amazes me the differences here. And like I say, after you listen for a while, you learn so much. So here's the deal. A couple of advantages that the Alan Eatons have, a few to be honest. I don't like balance control. I use both of these amps with this preamp stage. There's a balance here. I don't like balance. In fact, if I ever ordered another preamp, I will never have balance on it. And the reason I don't like balance control is because whatever way you move it, it takes away from one of the channels, and I don't like that. In some of the old jazz recordings, sometimes the level of sound is just not equal on both sides. It's a common thing I've noticed with some of the different recordings. And I love the ability to adjust the volume levels on each channel with the Alan Eatons. You cannot do that with the Decware unless you want to buy two of them, but you have to do this weird configuration of the wiring and the RCAs, which I don't like. But to put things into perspective, the 45s are just so three-dimensional, so the musicality is just off the scale. All the aficionados that are into, the musicality will tell you that single-ended tube amps are like the ultimate sound, but you don't get a lot of power. I will tell you, it cranks with these things. I mean, it's loud. There's tons of meat on the bone. The other thing is that the rel sub I have to use with the Decware. I do not with the Alan Eatons. I'll show you. So over here, I'm running a rel T5i, and that's the one that I use for the Zen. Okay, now on the Alan Eaton, they put out so much bass, you do not need a sub. I mean, it is unbelievably night and day difference between these and the Zen. So hands down, these are like absolutely the most incredible amplifiers I've ever heard in my life. And I've been working with a First Watt F6 that I've acquired, and we have some First Watt amps now. My friend has a SIT 3 and F3, and they're very nice amplifiers. However, compared to my F6, these just take it up to another realm. And I'm telling you, the reason that the Decware has so much back orders and people are just so sold on it, and I can assure you, it's because all the YouTubers are testing it. And now Steve Dicker's, wait list is 8 months. I'm telling you, it amazes me. None of these YouTubers have tried these Alan Eaton amps. If you compared them, they would be overwhelmingly in favor of these single-ended mono amps, because they're just so incredible. And Alan Eaton just doesn't promote himself. I mean, it's people are missing out. They have no idea. And I think they're only a couple $100 more. And hands down, I'll just take them over the Decware any day. And they're just smooth and so rich sounding. And the meat on the bone is just so present, and the three-dimensionality you get with the music. It's no contest between that and the Decware. As beautiful as the Decware is, much as I love it, and it's a smooth little amp, and I'm always going to keep it, it just doesn't hold a candle to these monos, man. It's just, I'm sorry. So anyway, I hope this helps you out, and happy listening.